Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Royal competition as Ooni of Ife's wives clash over Queen Naomi's alleged privileges. We are all women. Take back the Abuja mansion and give to one of us. Everything cannot possibly go to Olori Naomi. She's not the only woman you married. You had her and you married us. And because you married us, you owe us. And because you owe us, you will give us. You cannot give everything. Every time Olori Naomi, every time Olori Naomi. It's not going to happen anymore. Now, you know that on one of those, was it the second birthday of Tadenikawo? Maybe the second or the third birthday of Tadenikawo. We got an information that Ooni of Ife bought a house in Abuja. And that house was bought in the name of Tadenikawo. And they said the house is situated in a place that is called the Minister's Hill, right there in Abuja. Now, that house has been there. They said they even have housekeepers and all of that right there in Abuja. And that place in Abuja, for anybody who knows Abuja very well, they said it is one of the most expensive areas in Abuja called the Minister's Hill, okay? Now, you don't know that as at the time Kabiyesi was doing most of these things, Kabiyesi had not had other children. No. Kabiyesi, it was only Tadenikawo that was the son. Okay, there was, of course, we had Adewamiwa. Diola has always been there, but for a boy, it was only Tadenikawo. Now, if you have been following the trend of events, Kabiyesi does not play with his children. You say Diola has been secured for life. Okay, then Adewamiwa. Nobody can begin to tell the things that the father has done, but he would time it necessary to do it for you, okay? Now, he got that Minister's Hill house for Tadenikawo. Now, when this drama happened, they were trying to bring Naomi back to the palace. It was not happening. It was not happening because the elders were not agreeing. They wouldn't agree. Why were they not agreeing? They said Naomi had insulted the entire Yoruba people. Now, it's only recently we even found out that Naomi coming back to the palace was so difficult, not just because of just the Oloris, but because the elders were fighting against Olori Naomi over what transpired on Instagram. And that was what informed this decision where they did the final findings and found out that there could be a way out. The way is to perform the ritual. The ritual that was supposed to be performed in the palace, right now they say it has to be performed in the sacred forest of Odua. And that is why that ritual is pending, because Naomi is still analyzing. I don't know. Naomi is not comfortable to go to that forest. Yes. And Kabiyesi is giving her time. And people are saying go. Some are saying don't go. Some are saying go. Some are saying don't go. Kabiyesi said let her be, that there is no rush right now. You do know that. Naomi also has been through a lot. And the reason why Ooni of Ife had to spend all of that money for them to buy things for that ritual was because of what happened to Naomi in Ibadan. Ooni of Ife is under the belief that if Naomi was still under his covering, that would never have happened to Naomi. That Naomi is open right now because Naomi is not under his covering anymore, okay? And Ooni of Ife believe that that is the reason why these things happen to Olori Naomi. Now, with all that being said, Naomi is in that place where she is not really willing to go for that event right now. Now, before I digress, before this whole thing, when Naomi couldn't come back to the palace, back and forth, that was when Ooni made that property in Lagos available, the royal mansion. That royal mansion in Lagos was Ooni of Ife's house. They had to go and renovate it. They made it suitable for Olori Naomi. And Naomi now agreed to go to the royal mansion. Now, before Naomi went to the royal mansion was there. It's not as if Ooni bought the royal mansion for Naomi. The house was there. Like I told you. You see, Ooni has always been into real estate. And you see all those Lekki developments and all of that. You see Ooni of Ife and the brother, the Dark Ade, okay, and some other investors, okay, they were the ones that started real estate. Let me tell you something you don't know. Do you know that Ooni of Ife was in a very serious financial, breakdown at some point that I will not tell you what he thought. I'm sure you have seen it already somewhere. You know why? At that point, there was a time Ooni of Ife went down the drain because of real estate investment. He bought land, real estate land, bought. The government retrieved those land from them. And that was when you see all of those crowd who had invested, all of these real estate people, what they do, they will go and buy an open land or a fallow land. They leave it for 3 years and then they begin to develop. Or they fence it, they begin to cut it and share to people who build by themselves. Okay? Ooni of Ife was into that. There was a time that Ooni of Ife, they bought land upon land, and they started cutting to sell, and people paid, and when the government took the land away from Ooni of Ife, people started saying all sort of nonsense. Do you understand? Now, to pay this money back, Ooni was in it was those days, that time that this Ooni acquired this royal mansion house where Naomi stay now. Now, the house was just lying down there. But when this drama happened, back and forth, Ooni decided to go and renovate that house, put it to the finest situation ever. And when Naomi moved in there, all their Onyokomita came into the royal mansion. Now, I do know that some people will argue that he has so many wives. Why is he focusing on Naomi? No. The thing is that these other kids were not there when he did all of these things for Tadenikawo. Now, this one in the UK, he said Naomi should go and stay there. He never gave it to Olori Naomi, as at the time where this problem started. Naomi was supposed to go and stay there so she can have her peace. But Ebony carried it like gala on top of her head. And it was only last week here that Ooni said, okay, since this is the case, you people want to bend my hand. I am the husband, but I have to go by your own, you have to dictate for me. I will do what I want to do. I'm giving this property as my royal olive branch to my wife as a reconciliatory, a reconciliatory seat, okay? Hey, all hell was let loose. Why would you do that? That is what led to where we are today. Now they are saying that Ooni should retrieve the Abuja mansion and give to one of them. And that Naomi alone cannot have royal mansion, have Abuja mansion, go and have one again in the UK. They're accusing Naomi of selling a house that she never sold, and a whole lot of blah blah blue. They said the Abuja mansion must be retrieved. That is where their eyes. They have put their eyes there right now that Abuja mansion must be retrieved and given to them. This is what we are hearing. If the information is true, I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, speculated, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.